Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. Today we're taking a look at from the new Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force Subline. This is Warrior Class Blastwave. Now, it's not combined, it's just your basic, Warrior Deluxe class figure, who is a retool of Megatronus, and we'll see in robot mode a pre-tool of Bludgeon, and that's where my issues with the figure kind of come in. That's why we're also starting in vehicle mode. I know with the Robots in Disguise figures, I usually start in robot mode. Just a few things to note for the tank mode. Number one, you do have this new piece here, which is a double barrel cannon. You can tilt it up farther than that, but I noticed that going past uh, this point right about here, kind of makes the barrel look broken. Also, the instructions show the sword blade should be facing forward. Just my preference, and it's a little easier to raise the barrel. I have it pointed towards the back. Now, to start the transformation, go ahead and just remove the sword. And this basically transforms the same way as Megatronus. So you're just going to come in and separate the legs here from the front. Come around the sides, bring down what will be the feet and the knees, just like that. Swing it around on these hinges, very nice. Straighten the legs out, bring them down, and turn the figure around, just like that. Go ahead, split the chest of the arms here. I'm sure as you can tell that basically the transformation of Blastwave is a bit reversed, whereas on Megatronus this was the front. Go ahead, rotate the shoulders up. At this point you can go ahead and flip up the head. That will allow you to close the chest. Bring the arms down and then rotate them forward. Now for the finally rotate the head around, and then you can now in the packaging the cannon comes rotated down like that, but here you can also just rotate it up and over the shoulders, giving them a little bit of a shoulder cannon. There is enough space that you can still manipulate the head, and here you have Blastwave in its robot mode. Now I should also mention that the shoulder cannons here can be removed as a handheld weapon, but unfortunately on my figure the hands are a little too tight. I guess they were a little too heavy on the paint, and I don't want to force it in. Now, the cool thing here is the sword, if you remember, has a little peg here, and there's a hole here in the side of the leg, right where the knee is. You can kind of store the sword there. I mean, it's a little low to be able to draw it, and of course, Blastwave can't hold the sword. Just slide it in. Again, a little bit of a tight fit, not as bad as other people have had. But, yeah. So it's a kind of cool figure, but now we kind of get into my big problem. Like I mentioned, this is a pre-tool of Bludgeon. And I think, we're going to put him right over here for a second, because I want to bring in the box. And here on the box, we're going to bring the camera up. If you take a look at the drawing on the packaging, Blastwave's face, if I kind of remember, sort of looks like Megatronus's, but with a different helmet, with a more samurai helmet. Now, in previous pre-tools, we've always gotten something to differentiate between the pre-tool and the proper use of the mold. Different head, maybe one or two different accessories. If you come in now and look at Blastwave, unfortunately, bring the camera in here so we get the light. His head is Bludgeon's. That's a skull face. So which means they basically just took the Bludgeon figure and repainted it as Jungle Attack Skeletor. Because, I mean, that's basically what this is, with the blue and the green. I mean, I'm sure somebody can mod this for a more close Masters of the Universe figure, Skeletor likeness, but I'm a little disappointed about that. I really didn't realize that the face was going to be different until I saw the packaging and I really got it in hand. Um, it kind of makes buying this pointless and makes it very hard to recommend. So let's pause, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. The mold for Blastwave is really fun. The tank mode gives me Metal Slug vibes, if you're fans of that old video game. And the transformation is fun. The joints are as tight as you would want them to be. Unfortunately, though, the fact that it has Bludgeon's face on it makes it very difficult for me to recommend because basically this is just a straight repaint of Bludgeon. And you might as well just wait for Bludgeon. I mean, there's no word if this is going to show up in the cartoon or not. I mean, I think this is just going to be a toy only character, so you might as well wait. I'm actually kind of glad in that regard that I didn't pay money for this figure. I got him as part of a trade. Now, apparently, this new wave of RID Combiner Force figures are starting to show up in Target and some Toys R Us's. You can, of course, find them on eBay and Amazon, but you'll have to pay third-party seller prices, which are about $20 to $30. And this is not a $20 to $30 figure. This is your old pal Chuck for Blastwave. We will see you next time.